So I totally said that I was going to go to the new area. And the very fact that I'm saying I totally said this should make it really, really clear that I've changed my mind. There's a couple of things that I want to go. Well, there's 3 things that I want to go and do. 4 things. There's a few things that I want to go and do. Not because I have to do them right now, but because I kind of want to get this file in roughly the same state as the previous file that I worked on, so that I can more clearly see changes. So in order to do that, I need to defeat a couple more bosses. There we go. A couple more bosses need defeating, and I also need to go to the bladder. Because unless it's been moved, there is a rifle mod in the bladder, which I used a lot of in the previous build, and it definitely suits my playstyle. It's got a longer range, fires in bursts, which technically isn't yes, this is the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, it's weird. I know the Seeker is very much put in for people like me, but I also need the energy generation. Interesting. Okay. Is that taking me up and round? Oh, that's where that connects to. Okay, what connects to there then? Huh. Okay, well that's good to know. Oops. Because that's not what I was expecting at all. So there's a synapse in that room. Why do I keep calling them synapses? A synapse. I'm British. Mind you, how are we supposed to pronounce it as British? It's synapse, isn't it? You'd think I'd know this as an English teacher. But to be fair, synapses... Yeah, it's synapse. Synapses are not things that we talk about all that often. Let's blow that up. Right. In theory, through here... Yeah, it's because I haven't picked up the... I haven't used the nervous system up there for the extra markers. At the moment, it's only worthwhile using it for 2 pips. Because the question marks, whilst very useful, aren't being removed. There's a helmet down there, which used to be in the very initial build of the game, called the Hive Jumper. Whether it still is, I've got no idea. But we should be able to get to it now, because we couldn't before. Right, is this still called the... Not only is it not called the Hive Jumper, it's... It's not actually showing up at all. That's fine. Again, I am expecting bugs. I still don't have enough credits for... credits? Globs! Right, where are we? We're down there. Right, while we're here, might as well go and... Okay, that's opened both those up. I'm really low on health, and I've only just realised. Oh, and I'm still healing with globs. This is why I'm really short on cash. I need to do something about that. Now, up in the... It's not there. It's on the other side of this. One. Have that. And we'll have you. You look lost. Are you alright? We're here to help, pal. I heard this wonderful singing and couldn't help myself. It took a while, but I eventually stumbled my way into this room and haven't been able to find the way out since it's so dark. Glad I missed whatever happened here. What's up with this cocoon? I've reported that already. Okay, that's 3. Was there anything in this room down here? Not really. Right, what I actually want to be doing is heading up to there. Let's link it up. Let's uncover the rooms on the map. I'm just gonna charge straight into you. What was that? Yes, goodbye, globs. Yeah, I definitely need to take off the glob healer because it is. It's costing me a fortune. Right, we've got 3. Got 3 red blood cells. But we need 4. Let's go and save our game. And let's put the shield back on. And sure, more health. Right. So I want to go to... I could go and do that boss while I'm here. Realistically, as I said, I should probably aim for getting myself into the same place as I previously was. So we might as well do this. That. Oh, shoot. No, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what we wanted first of all. Then we can use that. Now, down this way. Okay, good. That is still a chunk of currency. Now. Down here. Pop. Boom. That's where that takes us. I think I knew that already. I think. Unsure. Right, that should be the things down there. Oops. Must remember, need to do damage to enemies to get shield back. Like that. So all this avoidance that I'm doing is actually just making me take more damage. Can just make that. Also, I must remember that I don't need to leave globs behind. I have the ability to magnet them. Gonna ignore you guys though. Right, what do I have in the way of tablets? I've still got a full inventory. I need... Oh, there's one in here, isn't there? Yeah. I was going to say, I need a red capsule. And if we go this way, and through here. Oh no, don't shoot them. Wait until they spawn the boss. Like that. Whoa! Oh my god! Oh dear! Oh dear. Oh, that's right, I'm just going to report this. Right, bug has been reported. Let's go see whether it does it every time or... Because it didn't do it for me previously. Obviously, I don't need... Well, I mean, infinite globs, yay. But I don't actually want infinite globs because, you know, game breaking, so on and so forth. If this does do it again, and I kind of hope it does, I just want to see what it does to the RAM usage. That was an awful shot. Oh, yeah, it does. Right, what's that done to my RAM? Because I've got Task Manager open. It's not actually killing the RAM so much as it's just... But it is slowing everything to a crawl. Yeah, it's actually just affecting the game engine. If it wasn't just affecting the game engine, OBS would be struggling as well. Interesting, it doesn't seem to actually be giving me the globs this time. Just talking to the dev about it as I go. Well, I mean, at least it's not giving me... It's making it impossible to count double jump, unfortunately. Right, will this fix it when it resets my position? If it can reset my position. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what's happening there, but it's balked. That's fine. Again, this is the exact point. Right, we'll come back to that boss when it's in a state that I can actually do something and not suffer. That it should be fixed in the next build according to the dev. I don't know when they're planning on releasing that. Oh yes, we can now get through here. Give me that head crab. Oh, that reminds me. I needed to tell him about the... oh well, I'll add it into my my bug reporting. I must remember that if I take my finger... If I take my finger off the aim for the sniper rifle, the reticule goes away, but what am I trying to say? Yeah, it makes it harder to aim. Right, that stun is fixing. I've already ported that one. Yeah. Okay. Right, this room's still full of fun. Avoid, avoid, avoid. Oh, I wanted to go down there. Walk into it, you muppets. Yoink. Right. So, I need to go through here, first of all. Which should give us a dog tag. Yep, so we found... yeah, that's Koru. Oh no, that's not Koru, that's Lofu. No. I can't remember which Lofu is. Again, that bug's already been reported. Now, I need to go... Oh, I've still got a ways to go. Let's go save. What are you guys doing here? Actually, before we save, they can drop off there, and I hadn't realised. Mine. Now I'll save. Bum 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 ba da dum ba ba bum ba dum bum ba da dum. Okie dokie then. So we've got a room up here. What was in that room? There is another ionized atom in there. The more of those we can get, the tankier we'll be, and the more we'll be able to make up for my utter lack of skill. Those don't come back, so... Shoot. And he did. Oh, shoot. I knew there was a reason why I didn't like this room. First, it's gauntlets. Yoink. Oh, that's another atom to fuse. I'm going to go with more health. We're doing all right energy-wise. Well, I mean, we are suffering to an extent. But, right, we've got this section here. Could I get through this section previously? Yes, I could. I just didn't. Is there anything I massively want in this section? Wow, there's a couple of ionized atoms. Right, did I want to go down here? Yes, I did. I remember this room, as you can probably tell from how skillfully I navigated through it. Bloop. Bloop. Don't know why I jumped into that. Well, I do. It's because I'm stupid. But hey. I don't want to go in there. I want to go... Oh no, I do want to go in there, actually. Okay, that's what that does. Just sends me in a nice big loop. Ah! Ah, now, how? That's what we do. To the best of my knowledge... Yeah, I love the noise they make. Bloop, bloop. Yeah. To the best of my knowledge, there's no places that you can accidentally get yourself into trouble like that. At least not in the areas that I've been to. Oh, there's enemies here now. No, too slow. Right. Did that actually release? It did. I almost screwed that up. Yeah, I think I had no atomic energy. Okay, that's that sorted. That's the same as it was previous. Boop. Right, let's put the sniper rifle back on. Now, this middle section has a dead eyeball. Oh, take that. I don't actually know what that's there for. I assume there's a reason. It's possibly to get rid of those little buggers. I'm unsure. Ah. Those things are mean. I suppose the yellow could have blown that up, potentially. Right, that is a tablet. And that just takes us round to here. Right, I need to go and defeat this boss. Well, I need to go and try and defeat this boss. I've only beaten this boss up here once, and I did it when I found a bug, essentially. So this is essentially the first time I'm doing this in a legitimate fashion. So this should be interesting. Not this. That's the room with the chest in. This room should have Morlowin. Now, we wandered into here previously. Interesting. Right, I think... No, never mind. Shit. Huh. Okay, he's definitely more substantial. Trying to do it like this. Right, I think... Yeah, we may have found a... Ah, I didn't get that animation last time, so that's a thing that I should have had. Yeah. I think Morlor needs a bit of work, to be fair. Nerve Strand acquired. Now, we haven't technically started the quest for the Nerve Strand, but that's fine. So... Unfortunately, we have a problem here because I was interrupted just as I got to this bit, and I muted my microphone so I could talk, and I forgot to unmute my microphone. So there is now 23 minutes of essentially the thing that I hate the most on YouTube. Well, no, hate is a strong word. Let me just talk about this because I've got 23 minutes of dead space to fill up. I do not understand, and I appreciate that this is a me thing, and if you are a person that likes doing this, no shade towards you. You do you. But I don't understand why anybody would watch gameplay footage of a video game being played where no commentary is being given. I'd much rather just play the game for myself. If I'm interested enough in the game to watch somebody else play it, I'm probably interested enough in the game to actually grab it for myself and play it for myself. So yeah, the no commentary walkthroughs I just don't understand. And because I don't understand why anybody would watch them, I don't particularly like, and in fact do not, put out, if I can help it, as is technically not true in this case, I don't put out no commentary gameplay. I don't understand the point of it. But again, if you like watching no commentary gameplay, cool. I imagine since you're watching this, you are probably okay with the commentary. And thus 20 minutes or so of essentially me running around, not so great. The trouble is, it is now... I had to count that, sorry. It is now 4 days. It is 4 days after I recorded this footage, so I couldn't tell you what I was thinking, saying, and so on and so forth. I remember being surprised that there was a train station up here, because I hadn't noticed that on the map properly, because I'm a spoon. I thought it was just going to take me to another area. Well, it is going to take me to another area. I thought there was going to be something else up there. But I'm not going to take that yet. I think we go back down to the bladder and do the bladder stuff in the rest of this episode. And to be fair, the thing about the bladder stuff is that actually I did a lot of it In fact, I did pretty much everything that we could do in the clinical trial demo. The difference now is that we have got a second nerve strand. So I can do all the stuff that we could do in the clinical trial, which was lowering the urine level 1 level and enabling you to get an ionized atom over to the right and a chest. But I think I've been saying during this playthrough that I wanted to go and get the burster mod, which suits my kind of playstyle. And the burster mod is it's currently, at the time of recording this, and I know they want to put in one that's actually got a little bit of a longer range than the burster, but it is the longest range non-atomic weapon that we can get in the game. So what am I doing here? Oh, I think I'm trying to find something from Garachnus that I can scan. And I don't think there is anything. Am I going down to the bladder now? I think I'm going down to the bladder now. Yeah, so the burster mod for the gun, it's got reasonably low energy gain, but it's got the longest range of any weapon that isn't, you know, an atomic weapon or sniper rifle or whatever in the game. What am I doing? This is what happens when you don't watch the footage ahead. Oh, am I can't be setting out to fill in the scan log because I've done that already. Am I going to put some synapses in the nervous system? I should probably have watched this. No, apparently I'm... Oh, am I? Maybe I am. Yeah, this commentary is almost as good as my normal commentary, isn't it? I am putting synapses in the nervous system. Getting a bit of the map unlocked. Oh, yes, and I'm thinking there, oh, I can probably use the injection zone to teleport down to the injection zone in the bladder, because you can do that. If you've got an injection zone unlocked on the map, even if you haven't actually got to it in-game yet, you can teleport there. That is by design. But I think I decide to hoof it instead. Again, I don't know where I'm going. What am I doing? Who knows? Who can say for sure? Oh, I'm blowing up this to see if I can get through that and finding the area not available yet sign. I'm assuming that that area there is eventually where Garachnus is going to live, because it's up above where Garachnus actually was fought by us, or Garachnus' tentacles and then chased off. I suspect we'll get that implemented at some point. But right now, the devs are working on bug fixes, because, shock horror, people are finding bugs in an early access title. Who'd have thunk it? You know, if it was just like 5 minutes of footage that was missing, or even 10 minutes of footage that I was missing audio for, I would just speed it up a little bit. But as it is... Oh yeah, okay, I'm going back to this injection zone up here so that I can find the hidden cache behind the secret wall. This was stuff that I found in the original playtest file that I've got. So I knew that was there. Although I hadn't got the secret wall finder then because it wasn't available. And this just links us up to where the Proto-Mother fight is. And actually, I don't think I've done the... No, I haven't done the Proto-Mother yet. We go and do the Proto-Mother first. Those of you who've played this in the proper order, you might have already found the Proto-Mother behind this really obvious secret wall. Normally, I would have fought her right at the start, because you can get to her really, really early. But because I was trying to get through to the new stuff for the actual launch of early access, I skipped the Proto-Mother. because we've now got the sniper rifle and stuff, which we definitely would not have. Yeah, I'm just absolutely murdering her with the overdrive gauge here. And then getting hit in the face because I'm bad at video games. Nice and straightforward. She did. Shield's doing work. Protecting me from the little itty bitty things. And there's a chest over here with the broken mod in it. And it does exactly what it says on the tin. It's broken. It's got 0 in all stats. But it does hint that we are going to be able to fix it at some point, potentially. I don't think it's... Well, it definitely doesn't have anything in game right now, as of the 20th of April, which is when I'm recording this post-commentary. There's nothing in game that we can do with it right now. When and if there will be anything that we can do with it, who knows? I suspect a lot of it will depend on, you know, how well the early access goes and how well the game sells. That section of the map is unfortunately bugs. For some reason, you have to go back there to uncover it again, despite it being the room that you start the game in. I don't think this has been fixed yet, because they're not entirely sure what's causing it. Obviously, you started the game in it, so it should be automatically uncovered, but something's turning it off. What am I doing here? I think this is me going to explore the tunnel up near the Garatnus, which we didn't have the double jump for, so we couldn't get up to. Yeah, that passage there, which we can actually get up the loop for. And there's no sign, but you can't get up there. It's the doorway doesn't actually exist. It will do. You know, that's where we need to go for that area. That's the other side of the not yet implemented sign. Just scanning for secret walls and stuff. Am I going down to the bladder now? I think I'm going down to the bladder now. I hope this is more interesting than just watching the footage. Not sure it is, but I hope it is. Thanks for sticking around if this is all a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird for me as well. I don't think I've ever had to post-commentate quite as much content as this. So yes, here we are in the bladder. Thing is, we can actually skip ahead a lot of stuff now because we can use the capture capsule to get through those much faster. I completely forget to scan the enemies in this area. And I know this because I literally only scanned them yesterday whilst I was trying to get as many entries in my scan log as I could. But I think my save file is now a little bit messed up because it's gone through multiple early access patches and it actually is a save file from just before the early access started properly. There's some issues and this happens, and it's not a complaint. I'll just play through the game again. You know, I know where I know where quote unquote everything is. I know how to beat all the things, and to be fair, for my map there are a few bosses where I really could do with trying them again, to try out some different weapons, to try out some different strategies, to see, you know, what I could put in my notes for. This is my recommended way of how to beat this particular boss. Saving like a sensible young man. Check out that hot pig butt. Piss. Great shooting there. Just skipping it over its head. Oh, this is something that I noticed, and I don't actually know whether this is intentional or not. You can actually dash in this room. I don't think you're supposed to be able to, because dashing under the water doesn't work anywhere else, but it does here. As does double jump, which also I think doesn't work underwater normally. Very weird. I believe I forget to scan the nerve strands. Yeah, I do. I scan afterwards. Bit too late there, Dema. I'm pretty certain the nerve strand is one thing that I haven't got in my scan log. Fairly certain you should be able to scan it. So, thing is, there are 3 more in the game, or there will be 3 more in the game. There aren't 3 more in the game yet. Those are being implemented. There just wasn't time before the early access launch to get those in, I believe. I think that's me just figuring out that you can dash in that one room and you can't elsewhere. Again, this is why I am annoyed. I am annoyed that my commentary is gone. Because it's just like, well, why am I doing the things that I'm doing? What did I do this for? What was the point? Anyway, this section is waking up Yuri. This, if you've played the BioGun clinical trial demo, or the earlier demo, or the Next Fest demo from a couple of years ago, you were able to do this. This room actually hasn't really changed much. It has changed a bit, but it hasn't changed much, at least in terms of what you've got available to you at this particular point. Obviously, with a second nerve strand, you can lower the urine more than we could before, so you can get to a couple of things, including the burster mod, which is why I've come down here. But there's also a good chunk of cash and a yellow enzyme and some bits and pieces that you just couldn't do before because you couldn't do the stuff. Now you can. But otherwise, it's very, very much the same. Give Penny some relief. Lower the P! I think that's just me checking that it's actually counted that all the nerve strands that we found have been recognized. Because sometimes if you find an item before you start the quest associated with that item, you know, in some games that will just not work properly. Beck! Why is my dog urinating all over the exam table? I love that voice line. The voice actor for Doc does a really cool job, I think. You know, they don't get a lot of lines in the game. There's a fair chunk of repetition. Let's get to work. But, you know, it works for me. What am I doing here? Just bouncing up and down in urine. There's a phrase I never thought I'd commit to video. Anyway, don't clip that. I love the sound those things make. I've got the volume turned off while I'm recording this post-commentary, so I assume it's making the sound. This is me doing this in the wrong way because I've got a double jump so I can get up there now, so I don't need to go back and raise the urine level again. Phew! Load of currency up here. Grab all the stuff. There's also a tablet there. Can't actually remember what it is off the top of my head. I'm pretty certain I said what kind of tablet it was at this point because I was looking at my map. I haven't got my map open right now. Feep up! Let me know in the comments below if you had a choice of a Feep Up plushie or one of the cute little cluster cell or cell cluster, you know, the push block plushies. Which would you choose? I would 100% go with the cluster cell, especially if you could squeeze it and it makes the noise. I think that would be amazing. I would totally buy that because I'm weird, but I'm sure some people think the Feep Ups are even more adorable. You can actually get up to that stuff up there if you time your jump correctly. So this is the Burster mod. Cha-ching! High speed, high range, reasonable accuracy, low energy gain, not particularly great fire rates, but it is currently at 4, the longest ranged non-atomic weapon in the game. And it fires a reasonably tight spread of shots. Not amazing, but it's got the range. And if you're like me and you don't have a particularly good aim, staying a little bit further away is a more safer gameplay style. So I think, mostly use the Burster for the majority of the rest of the game. Not all of it, but certainly most of it. It's especially good for those bosses that fly or hang just out of reach, because the more you're faffing around with jumping and readjusting your aim because you're jumping, the less damage you are probably doing. See that? That was me actually lining up a sniper shot properly. Up here is one of only 2 illusionary walls that I found in the game. I think there's only 2. There's that one, and then there's one in the last zone in the game. I could completely ignore this puzzle, because you've got double jump at this point. Gives you an atomic energy and a load of cash. Do I actually go and... No, I avoid it. I think it was on the previous... there was one version of these events where I actually went and did that puzzle properly, despite not needing to. Fortunately, I've skipped it out on this particular one. Because, once you've got the double jump, there's no need to push that block round and go down. There might be a handful of globs down there that you can get. I don't know whether that's fixed in the game yet, that lack of icon on there. But I think that's pretty much, at this point, me caught up with everything that I did in my previous run through. So this file is now at roughly, difference in currency, and I think a different balance of energy and health. But this file is now in the right place for me to really go and see new stuff and do new things. So we're getting to a stage where actually the content is going to be all brand new to me, and therefore the commentary is mostly going to change slightly. It's going from, oh, I know what's coming up, I know what's here, yada yada yada, to, this is all new. That tablet stays there. I don't pick it up. There is going to be a system in the game at some point where you can, choose to store more, or use them or not use them, or if you do pick it up, you can just put it back down again. It's not there yet because they're doing bug fixing. That's us picking up the Splicer helmet. The Splicer helmet doesn't have a name like most of the helmets don't. There are some bugs with the cosmetic screens currently. It's a bit of a weird system. Keeping the moustache on because the moustache is cool. And I think that is pretty much going to be it for me trying to fill 20 minutes of dead air, essentially. Because I can see the playhead creeping up to the end of this section of the file. So I'm just going to let it run out rather than trying to guess when it's going to finish. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you so much for sticking with it if you've stuck with this stupid post commentary. I hope it was vaguely interesting, even if it wasn't massively always related to what is going on screen. Have a great day. Cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.